Hi and welcome to this Blueprint Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to go through the Forex market outlook. I'm going to outline some key support and resistance levels to be watching this week as we head towards the middle of February. So, first of all, I'm going to start off with Euro US dollar. Last week, we talked about the potential for the price to head into 1.2 and see if we could get some kind of reaction at this point, whether it would be a breakout or a reaction of a support coming in. And we had the support come through, and this was mainly driven by the recent non-farm payroll data out of the US, suggesting that they had created some significant amount of jobs. However, they were lower income jobs. So that suggests that basically that there'll be less money pumped through into the economy, which has led to some US dollar weakness. And we are seeing the fact that price has recently been in this pullback phase. And what we are looking for typically is when price does get into these areas, is the market going to react from this point, or is it going to continue breakdown? Now, we're expecting the dollar to go on a bit of a decent run, so I am expecting the market to break through. 118.40 is a decent level, which is what I'm looking for in the midterm. Short term, however, we could see that dollar feel the weakness and the after effects of what's going on through here recently. So we could see a slight pullback this week in this move through here. And one telltale sign that that is going to happen is that 4-hour trend. We've been discussing this quite a lot recently in our videos, where we talk about watching for the trend within the impulse and retracement phases. And we can see here that in the impulse move to the downside, we have the 4-hour time frame making lower lows and lower highs. When we are in the retracement phase through here, the market makes higher highs and higher lows. When we get that potential breakout to the downside and we start seeing that phase coming back in, we see the impulse move down. And what we've got here at the moment is a potential change in trend, because price was making those lower lows and lower highs. It hits the major support level and is now looking to break above this high in here. So if we were to see price break out of this, I think we may see that short-term upside to Euro US dollar, where price could head towards one or two levels. And one level that I quite like is around about 121.65. The reason why I like this level so much is, if I just zoom out a little bit, is because price has found support and resistance in this area quite a lot recently. So we've had the support through here, or sorry, the resistance, the support, resistance. So is the market going to head back towards this and retest this level in here? Definitely one to think about going into this week. Keep an eye on the 4-hour trend though, because we also have a decent level of resistance just through here around about 121. So one or two options. If price does trend back up to there, we could look for some short-term counter trend opportunities into these levels here and here. When price gets to this point, look for the change in trend. The 4 hours is going to give you the sign that price is going to start making that move down. Okay, 1.2 is a huge level, so wait for that to break out as well for the market potentially moving a little bit lower. So I've got a couple of levels to watch. 121.65, 121 is the other level of interest for me going into this week. I'm going to be watching this 4-hour time frame. If I get those 4-hour changes in trends at these positions, I'll be looking for short opportunities down into this 1.2 level. If price breaks that, then I'll consider looking for further shorts on a continuation of that trend. Aussie US dollar is another interesting one to look at. Aussie actually looks a lot more bullish. So last week we actually looked at the strength and weakness table, and it suggested that price was going to continue to potentially push to the downside. Aussie was actually one of the weaker currencies in that period of time, and however price just didn't want to break to the downside in the end. It stayed within this sort of area and ended up actually reacting and rallying to the upside, which is something that we didn't expect. We were expecting that market to start pushing a little bit lower. And look, again, going to the 4-hour time frame, price really didn't want to break through these lows through here. Unfortunately, it remained at these lows and eventually is broken and changed trend. So that suggests to me that if price was to pull back into this sort of area here, we could see some long opportunities coming back into this market. Now we do have some key resistance all the way up at around about 0.78, and if price is going to trend to the upside, are we going to see a move back up into the likes of these levels? That could be an interesting watch. Finally, looking at dollar yen, the high just through here around about 105.40s were the area where we could see price finding some resistance, starting to get some bearish price action coming into play. Are we going to start seeing a pullback? I don't quite think we'll get back into these lows, but it would be an ideal area to look for buying to step back into the market around about 104.40. So that would be an interesting place to look for longs to come back in. However, again, just going to keep watching this 4-hour time frame, really looking for potential opportunities. We do have a high volume area around about 104.90 where the market has recently found some resistance and support. Is price just going to pull back into this area, then find some support and move back to the upside? The signs are going to be there from the dollar index. Euro dollar will give us a big sign as well. If euro dollar is going to re-rally into the upside, then Aussie US dollar will rally higher, dollar yen will likely push lower. So we've got some signs that we could just be watching euro for those little insights into what could potentially happen. But those are the key levels of the week. Keep an eye on those, and I'll catch you in the next trading video. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. What key charts are you watching this week? Comment below.